So I wanted to do an update after my doctor's appointment today. Um, so I went into the doctor's appointment with, as I usually do with my notebook, of notes of stuff that's been going on and stuff to talk about and whatnot. And I don't usually tend to go in with a long list of complaints necessarily, because I might have, one or two things that may be a little bit worse, but it's usually not a lot of stuff. This appointment started out with like the first 10 minutes of me kind of listing and explaining the things that have either gotten worse or the kind of new things that have started popping up and have become issues. So I think my doctor was a little bit surprised by all of that, and given the treatment that I've been on and all of the various things that I've been on in the last 6 months to a year, I could tell that she was struggling a little bit with trying to figure out what to do. It's frustrating for both of us for me to be struggling so much and dealing with all of these things being such big issues and being worse for no reason that we can figure out. So anyway, so it seems, as I figured, that my Babesia is flaring up and becoming more of an issue again. So my treatment is being changed around to target that more, and also I believe to target Bartonella some. So there's that. So my treatment now is going to be IV Clindamycin, which I've been on in the past. I've been on it most recently along with tigecycline, which is a really rough one to handle, and I tolerated the clindamycin better than the tigecycline. Together, they kind of, each one made the other one a little bit harder to deal with, but the clindamycin on its own I think should be manageable. The hardest thing to deal with that I had with it was that it left a bad taste in my mouth, so I was constantly chewing gum while I was on it. So I'll be on that, and that will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, twice a day, and that'll be 2 weeks on, 1 week off. And then I'll stay on oral Zithromax, which I was on for my last combination of stuff, and then I will be starting up an antibiotic called Rifabutin, which is apparently a different form of rifampin. So I'm not exactly sure what's different about it and why I'm on that. I believe that it's to target Babesia or Bartonella. Too many names of diseases. And I've been on rifampin before, and I have not been on Rifabutin. So that may be why she's putting me on that instead of the rifampin. So those are my antibiotics, and then I'll do Tinidazole on the weekends. So all three, the clindamycin and the Zithromax and the Rifabutin, are all just Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 2 weeks on and then a week off. And then I do Tinidazole on the weekends. So that's that. I'm hoping that it will be a good combination of stuff and maybe get some things under control a little bit better, and then my Babesia stuff will calm down a bit. It seems like the air hunger and heart palpitations have been the big ones lately, but I'm also dealing with some level of night sweats recently starting up again. So yeah. Anyway, so then in addition to that, I'm also trying to figure out my sleep and help that a little bit, and trying to see what we can do to sort out my headaches and other pain issues. So for the sleep, my doctor prescribed Ambien, which I've taken in the past. Unfortunately, when I was on it before, I was on it for a long time and became dependent on it and had to wean off of it very slowly. And I didn't have any issues coming off of it, I don't think, but I was still a little bit hesitant to go on it. But the other ones that she mentioned are ones that I've also tried and have had difficulty tolerating. So we're trying the Ambien, and hopefully, the hope is that short term, if I take it short term, it'll kind of help to reset my sleep a little bit, and help it get itself back on track. So we'll see. And then as far as headaches and other pain go, she thinks that the pain that I'm having in my legs and my arms and my back and neck and all of that stuff is probably bone pain. She did some testing, I mean not blood testing or anything, but just moving my legs around and having me bend over and stuff like that to see if the pain in my legs was coming from my back, and it didn't seem like that was the case. So she said that it's probably bone pain. And that seems to make sense with some of the pain. I think that there's also some muscle pain, and she certainly didn't rule out other pain, other types of pain being involved. So, because it seems like it's becoming an issue and we're not really sure what's going on with it and why it's all of a sudden popping up, she recommended that I make an appointment with a neurologist, who she recommended, and I have heard about from my counselor as well. So yeah, so I have to make an appointment with the neurologist, which will probably take a little while to get in to see her, but hopefully she can not only help to address the bone pain, but also help address the headaches and try to figure that out. We talked a little bit during my appointment about the medications that I'm on to prevent my headaches and kind of the history of going on them and switching them around and side effects that I've had from them when I've gone up on doses and stuff like that. And it seems like it's difficult for us to change much with the ones that I'm on currently. The doses that I'm at are kind of where I tolerate it, and when we try to increase either of the preventative meds I'm on, then I have side effects. So, yeah. So that's more or less, I think, the appointment. My labs were good this month, so that is a positive, at least. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of just be calm and peaceful with all of this, but I think more than anything else, I'm really frustrated to have had this kind of backslide in the last month or so, 3 or 4 weeks, because there's no apparent reason why, and I had been doing relatively well, and so anyway, and I think my doctor was also kind of baffled, and seemed like she really had to think about what to do, and looking at the list of the stuff that I've been on recently, she's like, well, you know, there's not much that we haven't tried. Not that I feel like she's gonna, at any point, say, oh, well, you know, there's nothing else I know how to do. I feel like she's definitely gonna keep working at it and keep trying, and if it ever gets to a point where it doesn't seem like antibiotics are doing it, I feel like she'll work to figure out what else is going on. But it's still frustrating. And I don't go back to see her for 9 weeks. So I don't see her until the beginning of May, which is really strange. So, yeah. Anyway, this has ended up being much longer than I had expected it to be. So I will end it here. And I will try to do another update sometime soon on how things are progressing along and how I'm tolerating everything. So, hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.